I did some coloring pages to help you in your learning more about the story of Lot and his family. This is the city that they ended up living in. The name of this city was Sodom. And Lot chose this city because of all the lushness. You might remember that when he was with Abraham, they had to split up. And so he took the valley that was lush. See the trees? These are the trees right here. And whenever the ground is lush, you'll have lots of trees, and that's what the city had. The city also had a fence, see this, that surrounded the entire city. That was to keep the enemies out. However, even though Lot lived in this beautiful city, he was surrounded by wicked people. And they just were not good people at all. So God was very upset, and he went to Abraham and told Abraham he was going to destroy both Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham pleaded with him to save the lives of any good people there, especially since he knew that Lot and his family lived in Sodom. So God sent 2 angels. Now, these 2 angels were disguised as traveling men. But they were really angels. And they went to Lot, and they told Lot, you're going to have to leave the city because God is going to destroy it. Lot, his wife, and their 2 daughters, they really didn't want to leave because they liked the city, and they liked their nice home there. And their home was very comfortable. And they also liked all the fine things that they had accumulated during the time they'd been living there. So the angels had to grab them by the hand and drag them out of the city. Now, this is Lot and one of his beautiful daughters and his other beautiful daughter, and they ran for the hills because the angels told them, run to the hills, don't look back. And so that's what they did. They ran to the hills and they never looked back. As they were running, the city started to be destroyed. Fire came upon the city from heaven, so the fence that they had didn't do them any good because the fire came straight from heaven. And so you see here the fire, and you see here all the smoke. Now, Lot's wife was a very beautiful woman. See her? She's so pretty and has such pretty clothes. But remember, the angel said, run for the hills and don't look back. Well, Lot's wife didn't listen because she really didn't want to leave the city and her nice home and her fine things. So she looked back to the city with longing as it is being destroyed. And since the angels had told her that God said, don't look back, this was a disobedient act. And she then turned into a statue of salt right here. So she went from this beautiful, beautiful woman to a statue of salt. So what we learn here is to be obedient to God always. God tried to save Lot and his family from the wickedness in the city. And Lot's wife, she really craved her life in the city more than living out in the hills. So she ended up losing her life while Lot and his beautiful daughters obeyed, and their lives were spared. I hope that you liked this story today. If you want to color some of the story, There's a link in the description that you can go to print out the coloring pages and make the pages yourself. You can make the colors of their dresses any color you want. It doesn't matter. And you can make the color of the angels who were traveling, their clothes any color you want. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I will see